Now, aren't you glad tonight that even though you and I, sometimes we're brave and we're bold and we step out and we say, well, we're going to make it, and then all of a sudden, some little something happens, somebody says something, somebody does something, or to cause us to get our eyes off of what the Lord is doing, and little by little, we begin to fall and we begin to sink. But aren't you glad tonight that even though this happens, the Lord is there to help us. He never leaves us nor forsakes us. We know from the scripture that Peter was much a man like you and I, a man that was human, a man that had weakness and human strength. He was bold at times, and then he was fearful. He was sometimes full of doubt, while at other times he seemed to have great faith. But this story tells it just like it is. And so many times Christians are the same way. But thank God tonight He's come to give us the peace that we need and the victory that we need to help through every storm. Because in the midst of our storm, He's going to be there. Thank God He's given us a promise. When I think about the storms of life, I think about men of old in the Bible and those that really went through the test. And we could speak for some time about Job. We all know what happened to Job. Lost everything that he had. God was trying him, but God gave back to him. God helped him in his time, in his situation. I think about Daniel in the lion's den. They were certainly going to get rid of Daniel. He was not going to interfere with their kingdom anymore. They were going to get him out of the way, but God was with him in the midst of his storm. I think about the 3 Hebrew children in the fiery furnace. We don't need these guys around anymore. They're causing trouble in the palace. They're causing trouble in the country. Let's just get rid of them. Let's throw them in the fiery furnace. But even though they went through the fiery furnace, God was there with them, protecting them, helping them through every situation. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, the Bible said. We might as well get ready. And here's the verse that we quote so many times, John 16:33. Are you ready? In this world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer, Jesus said, because I've overcome them. Paul and Silas were thrown in jail at midnight, where they were doing the service of the Lord, preaching the gospel, reaching people, turning men's heart to God. But they cast them in the inner stocks, and they were there at midnight. But thank God, it doesn't matter what kind of a storm that might brew on the horizon. It doesn't matter what situation we may be going through or we may be involved in. God is going to be there. And if we're faithful, if we're trustworthy, He's going to help us out.